always say, so more things happen behind the scenes. We should be shooting behind the scenes.
Oh, man.
But I'll make it great. Believe me, I will. Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. And I have Bob with me. Bob is absolutely amazing. I have T. Fox with me. T. Fox is a reoccurring guest. He's been on before. Yes. And I've had him back again because he's always got so much news going on. Now, Bob, I haven't had on before. But Bob has got U.S. Navy. He's a veteran. He's got everything going. Isn't this amazing?
It really is.
Bob, what are you? Who are you?
What am I? Well,
I know who you are. I know
actually,
what you are.
for 30 years, I've done entertainment fundraisers for children. And
Love it.
Also, I built the educational program for the university for our student athletes. And also started the Las Vegas.
UNLV, the
UNLV.
Yes.
Yeah, there is now, in fact, Ross Bryan over there has got 1,800 veterans who are in an educational program. He has a staff of 10.
At the university?
Yes.
That's amazing because you know what I love to hear?
Yeah.
Because so many years we didn't take care of the veterans.
Right.
And now all of a sudden everybody's saying, hang on a second, these are the people that kind of saved America that have gone all over the world. I mean, you are stationed all over the world.
That's right.
And I don't think people quite understand that. I think they think we're just in America, but we're not.
Yeah.
You've got ships and everything everywhere.
Everywhere. A lot of people don't know we've been in this war for 17 years. We have 80,000 of our heroes over there right now in Afghanistan.
In Afghanistan?
Yes. Just
See,
Afghanistan alone.
Now, Australia was one of the World War II, where they had one
World
of the...
War II.
World War II. I know a little bit of history.
Wow.
A little bit of knowledge.
I'm listening
is not
to
very
you going,
good.
oh my God.
It's not very good. But I remember that there was a famous ship from Australia.
Yes.
That sort of with the World War II and everything. It was a kind of surprise for everybody because it kind of saved a lot of people.
That's correct. Yeah.
I got it right. Got it right.
I am a history buff.
But it's funny.
Way back.
Most people don't think of wars as the Navy. Why?
Well, they think of the ground troops. You know,
that's what I mean.
They think we're the transporters of the troops to the shore.
Yeah.
They don't realize that, like an aircraft carrier, I was on the flight deck in survival crew, and pretty exciting place to be.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't know, even in civilian times, I'd say non-war times, it's just as dangerous on a flight deck then as it is during the war.
You're doing the same thing. I mean,
it's
you're
the
just
same
taking
thing.
off.
The only difference was in the World War II, we had kamikazes coming at us.
I think they
but we had 20 ships to protect us, so nobody got to us.
No.
You know, maybe a few came through. We did have kamikaze hits on the USS Hancock. CVA-19 was my ship. I got to plug that in there.
Oh, so that was your ship.
Oh yes.
And what were you on that, Captain?
No, I was I was in charge of survival. So if a plane crashed, it was my duty to jump on the plane and pop the canopy and get the pilot out of there.
Get the pilot out of there.
Yeah,
But you have to find it first, though, don't you?
Well, no, he crashed on the deck.
Oh, he will crash on the deck.
Yeah.
So you were hands-on.
Hands-on.
Right there.
Yeah, right there.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we had to make a decision, and sometimes the plane is in flames.
Yeah.
Sometimes the plane is all wrecked up.
And you have to make decisions are made in a split second.
A split second.
And you have to actually decide whether you're going to do it or not do it.
Yeah.
And
you know, in World War II, it was that the life of a fellow like me was 3 weeks on an aircraft carrier on deck. You know, I know it was pretty
hard times.
pretty dangerous place to be. Thank God that was not in World War II.
They're ready to aim at you. I mean, you could have gone. We haven't forgotten you, T. Fox.
Oh no, I'm enjoying this.
But this is really
the energy is fabulous.
Well, he's amazing. He's an amazing man, and I love to hear stories like this because my dad was a history buff. My dad was an antique dealer, but he was a history buff of all the queens and the kings and the royal family, and also of England and the world. You could ask my father any question.
Wow.
Well, I think I got a little bit of what he did because I know a little bit of stuff.
Yeah.
But you are amazing of what you've done. Now, T. Fox, you've got a big function coming up. Can you talk about this, Bob?
You know, actually, while Bob is still talking, he can talk about this because he is the man who has put this together as the producer of the
Bob
show.
Feeney, he's put this all together. Now, this is this Saturday.
Yeah, it's this Saturday. Usually, over the last 30 years, I do everything from scratch. I start from scratch. I built 8 businesses from scratch, and my fundraising for 30 years, I take an incident like the Todd Richards Life Fund, where a boy jumped out of a pickup truck into a telephone pole and got injured. I start from scratch and build it, and then do a wonderful event.
And there's the story.
That's
and
what
you've
has
got
the
the story from the beginning to
right
end.
from the beginning.
But you know, funny, it's a funny thing about a story, and what it is 100%, I don't even know if you know this, but any story, even mine, you have to have a big beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yes.
And if you don't have all that together, you don't have a story.
Yeah. This we'll talk about another time, but the Todd Ridge Life Fund is really kind of my story because I do everything identically the same now. I have a model, and I build it from the beginning of that model.
And it works.
It works.
So
I haven't had a failure when.
I'll fix it when it works.
Well, you know it's so great, and I got to tell her this.
Yeah, well, I like you in the conversation.
Well,
you are sitting.
No, I'm just enjoying. I'm hearing this thing.
I mean.
What's really wonderful is that Mr. Feeney, Bob Feeney, I call him
yes.
Uncle. You know,
Yeah. I call him Bob.
we go back a few years because I have started here at a place called Cafe Nicole's. Used to be a little piano bar there. That's how I started in Las Vegas in 1998. And I was only.
I wouldn't put an age. I wouldn't put a date there.
I don't mind. I'm glad to say that because I still look
still
good.
Around. You're still around. You're still singing. And
we're talking.
You are amazing.
Oh, wow.
On stage.
Thank you.
You've seen him, right? On stage.
Let me tell you what is amazing.
What?
Is that I was sitting there having a drink because I was in business.
You came to my show, right?
Now, I didn't come to the show. I went to set and have a drink, and he was sitting at the piano, and all of a sudden, you did that song called "Fly" or something like that.
I Believe I Can Fly.
And I turned around and I said,
song.
"Who the heck is this?" And then we became friends. And what do you think? 3 nights a week we'd come to the Pepper Mill to have breakfast together.
That's right.
Right here.
That's right.
So
That's
now you're behind the.
Well, you know
What's
amazing is that he has literally been disappeared for about a good maybe 18 years of my life, 17 years of my life, and I haven't seen him in a while. So when I had this honor award, which is
I've got the one. This is something I've got to show.
This is something we got to show you because this is something that
Look at this. I'm not going to kill myself. Don't worry. Don't worry.
This is the reason why I met you.
This is called the Liberty Sword, and what this is this is the highest honor ever given to a civilian by military. Basically, it's a 24 karat gold. I won't even talk about the price of this sword.
No.
But we'll talk about
We're not going to sell it either.
We'll talk about how heavy it is.
It's very heavy. This is so heavy.
It really is. But the most beautiful part is on top. We have what they call the Liberty.
You've got the Liberty
Statue of Liberty inside of the bowl here, which is a crystal. And this was given to me by a guy by the name of Major Tony Munoz, the Munoz family. There was only 3 swords left. And I'm one of the men that got the sword. I'm the first African American to receive something so beautiful. So last time I was here, she unveiled this.
I unveiled it all and everything.
And it was crazy, but it was so beautiful and so strong that we had this event.
Let me take this for you. I'm going to be careful of it because I know this is very important. I'm not going to hide it though. This is mine.
I bought it because she looks so good with the sword. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I love the sword. I just love it.
I'm going to let her have it for about 2 weeks and just let her just ride with this thing here. But what was so beautiful was because of this sword, we received a beautiful letter from a man that I respect dearly because of USO tours. And, Bob, our great Bob Hope used to do this, and it's being passed down.
And this is Wayne Newton.
Can you read it real quick?
I can't read it.
You can't read? Can you?
I can read, yes.
Basically, what Wayne is doing is he's congratulating me on the sword and doing what we're doing for the troops coming up this Saturday. This Saturday is going to be unbelievable because this Saturday, this wonderful man right here, Bob Feeney Productions, is proclaiming me as Goodwill Ambassador to the Armed Forces.
That's amazing.
What I told T was that I needed somebody to be the face of Knights of Honor Armed Forces, and I wanted him to be my Jerry Lewis.
Oh, well, you got it.
I got it right here.
So we're going to be doing events. Yes. How many events we got coming? Like 9 or 10 events coming up?
That means I'm going to be at all these events.
Listen, we're going to have the Jackson 5.
Oh,
it's going to be the Jackson 5 in our entertainment.
Actually. There's a couple of them
really?
I know in there. Yeah,
a beautiful lady by the name of Genevieve is going to be part of the show, and I'm going to do a special thing in the show where, since you like I Believe I Can Fly, you have to see this.
I've got to.
Because I'm going to do something nobody's never done in entertainment history in Las Vegas that night on Saturday. So you got to come and see this.
So we all got to be there. Now, where exactly is it?
This is at the Silverton
Veil
Pavilion, and I must say that Mr. Edward P. Roski Jr., who owns the Silverton and many, many other things, is a double Purple Heart. He found out what I was doing. He has gifted everything to me, 100%. Marquees, all the way down to the personnel.
See what happens?
Unbelievable.
You see what happens
Yes.
when you help other people and you
Yes.
do good in this world.
Yes.
And
Right.
it's not about me. It's
That's
not
right.
about any of it. It's about how we can help other people.
That's right.
And actually, this is what this show is all about.
Yes,
We've
it
been
is.
doing it for
And we
3
thank
years.
you for us being here.
For 3
because
years we've done this, and we help other people to put everything out there so that they can be known what he's doing, what you're doing, and what I'm doing is helping all our musicians actually in Vegas, and we help
Yeah.
them by giving
Yeah.
them. I've got a band coming on right now after you.
Yeah.
They're coming on. I don't know who they are. I don't know who anybody is.
And that's
I
what
know who you are.
Yeah, well, and when last time I was here, she didn't, and I brought a big fat book, and you can look at it on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's on there. Big fat book of my life. And,
But you
and,
know all these
and,
things
and
in
there's
it.
one thing that I did for her that I'm gonna give her to her right now, and that's this right here. What this is a little snow globe. But what this is I modeled for the 22-cent Black Heritage stamp of the founder of Chicago, Jean-Baptiste Pondé du Sable. My ancestors are the founders of Chicago. They utilized my face, submitted to the government, and I'm the first and only person that's living right now on a 22-cent Black Heritage stamp, and I want you to have this as a little likeness of,
Oh, how sweet.
wonderful.
my life
That is beautiful.
and what we're going to do,
Yes.
and just shake it up and see a little
Take it,
Christmas,
see,
and we
look
can go, have yourself a merry little Christmas.
You know,
But
it's
we're gonna have
funny.
great-
My husband used to buy me those Father Christmases, those little balls.
Yeah.
That where you shake them and they'd have all the tickles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now
Oh,
I
yeah,
got another one. Now I got another one. I absolutely love it.
And you know what? You've always been a foxy lady to me. You know that, right?
I'm a
So since you're a
foxy
foxy lady, I got her a little foxy something. I just thought I'd just bring these things over because you deserve
I
all this
love
stuff.
it.
I
Look
just
at
love
the
you
high
anyway.
foxy.
So
Guess
those
what-
are my dolls. I have those made
Guess
for
what
me.
his name is?
What is his name?
T Fox.
T Fox.
This is T Fox. I love it.
If you got 30 seconds, let me just tell you, I'll do it
Okay,
real
I
yes.
love 30 seconds.
Okay, yes.
Okay, the start of the evening is we got the most incredible auction items. A gentleman from Reno from the Heritage Collectibles has given us a $100,000 pistol, and it's going to have my logo, this logo
And
right
you're
here.
auctioning it
on
off?
Yes, it's custom made for us, and he's flying in with 3 people, and he's going to tell us all about it. And then we start out with the bagpipers. We also have
The Scottish bagpipers?
no, it's the Las Vegas Bagpipe Band.
Okay.
The major. He's
Okay.
going to follow in the Air Force Color
my
Guard,
goodness.
which is all 5 flags. Then we got the famous Mr. Judge from where is it? Henderson.
Yes.
Yeah, and he is going to do the pledge. Then we got a famous person that does the Thomas and Mack Center singing the national anthem.
Yes.
And then we have a 82-year-old going to do harmonica.
Oh my goodness.
And we also
this
have-
is a true Vegas
I
celebrity
got a
coming
magician
out.
coming. I'm going to levitate.
Then we got the
shouldn't have said
bagpiper
that.
doing.
We'll forgive you. We'll forgive you.
We got
It's
the
okay.
bagpiper doing Amazing Grace, and the very last thing of the first half is a disabled veteran doing taps.
Unbelievable. You got to be
You
there.
know, can you understand why Bob is so excited what he's got coming up? And
Yes.
what is absolutely amazing,
At
well, it's not
Silverton's.
amazing to me, is that he's got all these people behind him supporting him.
Yes.
So we know what you're doing is in the right direction.
Yes.
It's
Thank
a
you.
good thing. And
Thank
that's
you.
absolutely amazing,
Well,
Bob.
well,
Absolutely. What I knew,
real
of
quick.
course.
I'll just say this real quick.
Everything has to be real quick.
Yeah, real quick. We'll make this real
Okay.
quick, but it's
No.
a serious situation because there's 52 veterans that are committing suicide a day. Is that
right.
correct?
That
Oh, I
is
didn't
correct.
know that.
Every day.
Yes, and the reason why we're doing this is
That
to
is
raise,
terrible.
to raise,
Awareness?
awareness, and to raise monies for what we have to do right now. Because what we're trying to do is get psychiatrists and doctors to come in and help them, because to ease them back into society.
Yeah, because I understood that they had to wait 6 to 8 months or a year to get an appointment for something that was wrong with them, whatever the case was.
Yeah.
And the time they waited all that time, you're right, they could be dead.
Yeah.
They could be dead.
Here's the timetable: is that when they do their 3rd and 4th time, they come back from Afghanistan. Within 90 days, they're committing suicide because they're not ready to go back in society. The head psychologist of the hospital is now, you don't know this,
That's right.
on our team. He just joined us.
This is the most incredible news.
So we're doing a good thing and we're doing God's thing. That's what's
important. We're doing God's thing, but
Yes.
we've got all these people involved that do not
That's right.
mind giving their time.
That's right.
We want to help the veterans, and these are the people that seem to have got forgotten, but they're not forgotten anymore.
No.
That's right.
Now it's all coming to fruition. They're all coming out there, and everybody wants to help them, and I certainly want to help them. And I've always had them on my show. Actually, I've always
Yes.
had veterans from various places coming on my show. Yeah, I've
wonderful.
always had that because I like that. But I've always, and I help children as well.
Yes,
I had a
wonderful.
show for 16 years giving children a platform.
Yes.
On that, I think we'd better close out because we got way over our time. My producer's
we
having
did.
a heart attack.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure coming on your
I could
show.
not cut this short because they're both wonderful, absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with
Be right
Ninon.
back. We love you. God bless you.
You love the stories of Las Vegas? If you love the stories of Las Vegas, you need to subscribe and tune in to Vegas Live with Ninon.